Oh, shake.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry.
There you are. What's up?
Good. How have you been?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I think everything works out with all the tech today.
Yes.
So let me share window. I think. Hey, Ojo, can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you.
Perfect. I can hear you and see you as well.
Awesome.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Awesome.
Is my voice coming from faraway land or I'm okay?
I can hear you well. I think it's fine.
Okay, sounds good. Give me a couple of minutes and then
Yeah, we'll give it another 5 minutes for people to join. No, people are getting off work right now, so let's give it 5 minutes, and then yeah, I think we can get started. Was there anything that you wanted to check real quick in terms of tech check, testing, sharing, etc.? Or are you good to go?
All right. Let me share my screen. It's visible, right?
Yep, looks good.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, give it another minute or so. I see we have a bunch of people already coming in. For everyone, we're starting shortly, so stay tuned, and we'll kick it off at any minute.
While you're waiting, is this an entirely virtual tug?
Yes, yeah.
I ask because I started co-leading a net new retail tug, which is 100% virtual. So I'm here not only to promote and share, but to also put a plug in there for retail.
No, of course, always, make sure to spread the word. I know you guys are doing great work over there. So for anyone interested, retail tug, make sure to sign up. Alan saying that they're having some issues with the audio. Alan, can you hear us, or is it just one of us, or you can't hear any audio at all? Rishika, never mind. Hold on. For some reason, I cannot share the screen anymore right now. Give me 1 second.
Oh, we lost him. I think it should be sorted soon. Yeah.
Rishika, can you real quick test to share the screen? I'm having some trouble right now. I'm not sure why.
Sure. Just give me a second. Is it visible? I can see
Yes.
this. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Perfect. Cool. All right. Cool. Let's get started. Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for joining for our last user group of the year of the financial services user group. If you've joined one of these sessions before, we're all virtual, and we try to host a session every 2 or 3 months. Yeah, this one will be the last one for the year. We have an amazing speaker today. We have some action at the end with a quiz where you can win some cool swag. But for now, I want to jump right into it. I want to introduce really quick, if you have not been on any of our sessions, the leader team, which is myself. We have Oishik, who's here today as well. We have Sarah, Jerry, and Whitney. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything, recommendations, thoughts you want to present, always welcome. We have the a Slack space for our user group, so you can scan that QR code. You can also find us on the Tableau user group Bevy page, and yeah, it's a direct line to us leaders, and you can ask questions. And we also upload recordings of all our sessions there and on the YouTube channel, I believe. All right. So the first, I'm sorry, I'm getting some. Now it's trying to share the screen. First section today is that we kind of want to quickly give a recap of the year for Tableau. There's been some huge introductions, some huge innovations. Mainly, I think that the hot topic, obviously, AI is Agentforce, which is kind of that next evolution in Tableau to really enable humans and agents, AI agents, kind of work together side by side and drive customer success. So we'll see agents, or we saw agents kind of being rolled out this year, and we'll see more and more of that coming in the next years. So that's kind of the evolution from like a chatbot to a copilot to an agent, which really kind of enhances the user experience, gives us kind of a 360 support throughout the entire user journey and throughout all of the products that Salesforce offers. I haven't been able to, or haven't touched it myself yet, but I'm really looking forward to getting really hands-on with agents. So yeah, I've kind of broken it down to a couple categories here that we kind of want to review what has been released this year, what features were added this year, key features. Obviously, the list is super long, so we're not going to dive into all of them. But this year, there was a focus on user experience and collaboration. So obviously, the AI-powered features that I just mentioned. We have the Tableau agents. For now, the two big use cases are for web authoring, and where in prep, kind of it acts as almost like an assistant as you're creating prep flows, and as you're creating a data catalog, descriptions, etc. It can help and really simplify your work with that. We have enhanced Tableau Pulse. If you kind of go through the release notes of Tableau, you'll see a ton of Tableau Pulse functionality added. We have seasonality insights. We have auto sorting, auto grouping, etc. And there's also a deeper integration now with Microsoft Teams amongst other features. Data modeling saw a huge upgrade this year. If you haven't tried it yet, I'd highly recommend. We have the multi-factor relationships, which is bringing analysis in Tableau really to the next level, where now we're able to connect dimension tables to multiple facts. We don't have to build any crazy workarounds anymore, or data blending. All that is in the past. We now have multi-factor relationships, and we also have visibility into published data sources, which those two go very well together, and really enable also shareability across teams. When you publish data sources, you'll be able to see into how these data sources are set up, whereas in the past they would oftentimes be a black box. And we have obviously Viz extensions and Google Fonts. I think two really nice additions. Viz extensions, I think we have a native table extensions as one of the big ones, where it's now much easier to build kind of engaging tabular reporting, whereas in the past there were tons of workarounds or hacks kind of to build those things, and now it's natively integrated. So that's again a huge win from this year. So yeah, Viz extensions such as Sankey diagrams. We have all kind of radial charts, all kinds of crazy charts, and there's tons of authors out there that put out amazing content and that publish these Viz extensions. So highly recommend checking those out. And then I think the next one, we have the shared dimensions. So if you've never seen the new interface, this is what it looks like, kind of with a demo data set here, where we have on the left-hand side, we have 4 different fact tables, and then we have dimension tables, and they can connect all kind of across. You're not limited really to a star schema anymore, but you can build more complex and more and really enhanced data models to do much better analysis. So yeah, that was it for usability. And one back, please. Yes. So expanded connectivity and integration. There's been a ton of progress there as well. There's things like the new Snowflake key pair authentication. We have data fabric connectors to seamless integrate data infrastructure. We have a new Tableau Cloud region in Germany on Hyperforce, which meets specific data security requirements. And we also have advancements in the API section, where we have the VizQL data service. We have a kind of to help build integrated analytical experiences that were released in the past 2 releases of the year. And lastly, for scalability and customization, we have things like the Tableau Cloud Manager, where now you can now organizations are able to host multiple Tableau Cloud sites under one umbrella and kind of manage all of them in one centralized resource. So I think that's a big win. If you've ever had kind of more of an admin role, that's definitely something that you'll come across. We have multiple identity providers on a different on a single Tableau Cloud site as an improvement, and we also have custom schedules that were added to Prep Conductor, as well as Tableau Cloud's migration to the Hyperforce that ensures unmatched scalability, which is, I think, a big win as well. And obviously, there some organizations already had that move, and I think some are still right now in kind of in that phase of migrating. So there might be more to come there. All right. A couple other things that I want to make everyone aware of is Data Plus TV is still going on. So IMDb has published in collaboration with Tableau dataset on TV shows. That is great to get started with. I think they have a kind of a starter workbook that you can kind of just download and pick up your analysis. And people have put together some really fantastic dashboards out there for Data Plus TV, and then the previous iteration of this was Data Plus Movies. So if you haven't checked either of those out, highly recommend that as well. And I think you can also get some swag if you submit if you tag your submission online. All right, that was it for the recap of the year, and now I'm very excited to announce our speaker for today, a Tableau social ambassador this year. He's been in the data space for many years. He also shared it in the chat. He recently launched the retail and consumer goods TUG. He led the Toronto TUG for a couple of years. He's all over LinkedIn, and he's putting out amazing content on YouTube as well. Yeah, very happy to have Ojo here today to do a hands-on show and tell on building trend charts, and moving averages. And yeah, I'm going to pass it over to him now.
Thank you, Konstantin. Am I getting your pronunciation right?
Yes.
Thank you, Oshik, for setting this up. This is a pleasure. I've spoken at several TUGs this year, and I've attended 80 plus TUGs, and I've been enthralled, busy, throwing myself out there, as you mentioned, likely so, on LinkedIn, social media, and this substantial body of work that has gone into this year, putting myself out there. So thank you. I couldn't be happier to end the year in a positive note. There are a couple of other speaking assignments in December before I close. And our retail TUG is happening in January. We too are running the Data Plus TV special. So check out that link. And whenever you're ready, I'll grab the screen share. All right. I intend to make it a demo, like a show and tell. And thanks for highlighting my body of work. I will be sharing this towards the end of the event so that you can scan the QR code. There's a YouTube channel with learning videos on Tableau. I'm hearing good things about the content that I'm putting out there. So I wanted to share this with you. Outside my Tableau day-to-day work, I'm deeply invested in the community. I've been doing Tableau since 2012, so more than 12 years. And I decided to put myself out there to help those who are new in this space or are wanting to segue into data and analytics as a profession, into a career. I try to help them as much as I can. I'm mentoring with the Data Visualization Society, and some of my work has been called out in the DataFam Roundup, which is a weekly newsletter from Tableau. More than 10 times they have featured my content. But I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but these are some of the things that I'm proud of. And I want to do more for you, the data fam. And whenever you hear this recording, I hope that what I'm going to share today brings value to your day-to-day Tableau, data analytics, and visual journey. So what I planned to do today is go from a very beginner level of how to build a trend chart, how to have moving averages on your trend chart, and then hopefully we'll have some time to take it up a little bit higher from a beginner intermediate level to an intermediate advanced level, and definitely leave some time for question and answers towards the end. So if you can see my screen, just let me know, and then I can just blast through this show and tell. Am
Looks
I
good.
visible? Yeah, my
Yep.
screen is visible, right? Okay, good. So I know this is financial services. I didn't get the opportunity to grab a mock data particular to the financial services data set or in this space, but we know Superstore comes shipped with Tableau, and I'm just going to cheat using that. So please excuse me on that. The first thing I would like to do is hide my unused fields, because I know for sure that I'm going to just look at my sales trend over time. Now, if I rename this and make it look like a you know value, and instead of my order date I can call it just date, then we are pretty much close to a financial data set, right? So we have a date field and we have a dollar field, right? And what you see here is a monthly granularity. I'm using continuous months and some of the value, some of sales on on my rows. So with these two continuous pills, the benefit of having such a visualization is when we do decide to throw it into a dashboard and publish it, our users can then drill into it into a week level or drill out to a quarterly level, even to a yearly level. That's for those who are Tableau savvy. That's for those who have their chops in this space and can navigate. On the other side, there is a risk. The risk is those who are not as Tableau savvy. If you gave them a monthly trend and they hovered over this and by mistake clicked on it, they don't know what they're now looking at. This could happen with those people who are not as tech savvy or as Tableau savvy, for the lack of a better word, right? So, how do you deal with this? I want to cover that as well. But let's start with the basics. In a new sheet, if I were to drag, right click and drag, that's my friend, and drop it on the columns, it gives me a quick picker where I can choose to say, um, years in discrete, or I can choose years as continuous. Anything that's a green is continuous. So let me pick a continuous month here and click OK. So each dot is a month. And then my value I drag and I drop it on the rows to give me sum of value. This is a trend chart with monthly granularity. Now, to add moving averages, there are a couple of approaches. One is while holding control down, I can copy this into a second pill. Here, my second pill becomes into a second sheet, and now I can I can then make this into a quick table calculation and say moving average, right? And if I now went into edit the table calculation, we can see that this is a moving average. And what that means here is average of previous two. So each data point is, we can say I want 3 months. Here in this case it's months, because if I do an average of the 3 data points prior to that, then it would, this chart is that. If I changed it to a number 5, this would be a 6-month moving average, where it's going to include the 5 data points prior to the current and calculate a value. So let's change that and click out of it. Here, this is now a 5-month, because the granularity is in months. It's now a 5-month moving average. If I want to make this firm, then the easiest thing would be to hold my control down and bring this into my shelf here, metadata, and name it as a AVG5. 6, because it's a moving average of 6 data points. Let me then change this here, edit table calculation. What did I do? Oh, okay. And because I dragged it in, this becomes an average of 6. Let me now go ahead and bear with me. Let me now go ahead, hold my control down and drag the sales back here. This is now another attempt at making a different moving average. I go in here, edit my table calculation, and I see it's the previous 2. So this can be renamed as, control it here and name it AVG3. So this is now a moving average of 3 data points, right? And as you can see, these are now 3 different charts. To make it interesting, I can right click and say dual axis. So you see now, instead of being 2 different pills, so let me go back. Watch this place. Watch the pills between average 6 and average 3 closely. When I click on one of them and I say dual axis, it doesn't remain a semicircle anymore. It becomes conjoined. That's a quick tell that my average of 6 and average of 3 is now a dual axis chart. All I need to do is right click and synchronize axis, and then I can drop my sales from up here into this chart, right? So let me do that again. So this is my sales, and now this is my dual axis between average 3 and 6. I can drop this entire thing into my measure values and then have one overlapping chart with all of these axes. Let me know if this is making sense. The other way of doing it, since now we have all of these calculated, I go into I remove this from here, done. And now my average 3 and 6s are available. All I need to do is drag this, hover over the column when you see this double, and then drop it. Same thing, average 6, drop. So now I now have my sales value, or my value, and the moving averages like so. And I can choose a color palette that makes it easier to read. Average of 3 can be like so. Maybe choose another palette and make it into a darker blue. Table 7, apply. Okay. So here, now my blue line is the sales, and the other two are my average, moving average values, right? So this is the easiest way of building what I just showed you. Date. The harder part is now if I the beauty of this sheet is if I did click into it and make it into a weekly data point, I should probably choose a different color palette because it's looking very busy. But the beauty is if I did drill in, now each of these data points are a weekly data point, and my moving averages have adjusted with that change because this is dynamically doing this based on the data points on the chart, going back 3, 2, or 5, making it into a moving average of 3 data points or 6 data points. And I feel this could be a great starting point for analysis. Even if I were to drill out, the Tableau engine, this Tableau software, is smart enough to manage the averages as I drill up or down, right? So if I were to click on the moving average of 3 data points, I can see it on the backdrop of the actual values. If I clicked on the moving average of 6 data points, I can see how it moves along with the change. Same thing if I were to drill in to a monthly data point, this analysis holds true. Right, so this is step one, a very basic, easy to build moving averages over trend. If I were to take it to the next level, and I don't know whether we have time for that, but what would I do? I would have to think about a way in which this automatic drilling in is not available. I can create a parameter, call it a string type, make it into a list, make this year, quarter, month. Right. And now, based on those choices, let me call this rename date grain. Right. And based on those choices, and I'm going to cheat again, I'm going to drag in the date here to my columns, make it into a quarter, create sorry, a continuous quarter, create a calculated field and called grain date, grain selected. Case, bring in my date grain when QTR, then can't even type, quarter, right? Change this to a year when year, then that. And then change this to a month when month, then this. End. Make sure that no defect is here. Maybe show my parameter year. Make sure that the spelling's correct. No, this quarter needs to be in lowercase QTR so that it doesn't fail. Year, quarter, month, end. Then change this to a date and replace the choice with this. If I were to make it into a quarter, I get quarterly data points. Let me bring in the value So now you cannot mess the axis. No user can drill in or out. They have to use the drop down, the parameter drop down to control the granularity. Fair enough. Let's duplicate this, make this into an edit, average 3, let's call it dynamic dates. And instead of window average some value, you know what? I think this should be able to work either which ways. Right. So we don't even need to rewrite this. So let me go back. This didn't happen. Delete this. Right. And dragging in the same average 3 field into the realm here, and then compute using edit table calculation. I just want to make sure that this is going across. This is a moving averages. So edit window average sum, right. So this is holding true, it's going across. And now if I made it into a dual axis, average 3, let's choose a different color type, which is a bit lighter. There you have it, a moving, and should be synchronizing the axes. And I could hide one, untick the show header. And there you have it, a dynamic moving averages over date trend. Let me take a pause here and see if you have any questions.
Don't think we opened the Q&A, but I don't think any questions so far. I do have one though, really quick. Was there any particular reason you picked the 3 and 6 day moving averages, or is there, like in the business context, is there something that you come across more often than others? Yeah, just like that. That would be my question right now.
Well, no, I just practiced using the 3 and 6. It's rather quickly. You could change it to be like a 12 monthly thing instead of 2. If I made it into an 11, now we are average of 12.
Yeah, I think that's a good call out, because the 11 can easily confuse people, I think. Whereas
Yeah.
you want to make sure that you get the right number in your moving averages.
Absolutely. This is the trickiest part. It took me half a decade to realize that I was doing it wrong before. I've ever since made correction. This minus 11 is this and the 11 points before. So that's like your 12 months of average going back. Thank you. Anything else? Do you think this was a valuable exercise for the data farm here in your team?
Yeah, I don't use moving averages as often, so I think I even, as an experienced Tableau user, I tend to forget some of the details and the tricks when setting them up. I don't know. Did you want to do that was already the advanced version, right? Did you have any?
Yeah, I mean, this is as advanced I
Yeah.
can manage in this session
No,
today.
perfect. No, any other?
To answer that, we think that advanced has to be absolutely jazzy and something that's bespoke and crazy, but no. Sometimes even the simplest and the most impactful things are the ones which are easy to understand and real life relevant.
Yeah.
Tell me if you agree with me, but that's my belief.
No, I fully agree. And to me, at the end of the day, the most important thing is that the data is right. So it doesn't do anything for anyone if you have the fanciest chart, but you use the wrong moving average, maybe, or something like that.
True. And moving averages or table calculations are just one aspect of it. There you could do so much now with Pulse and the new AI capabilities. And rightfully, as you were mentioning, that Salesforce is doing a lot in making this into a holistic platform with AI agents, the cloud capabilities. Tableau, when I started using it back then, and the Tableau we have now, the community, the capabilities, everything's gone scaled from being a simple solution that could wrangle and do analysis into a holistic platform. So there is scope and growth within the community, and there's a lot that's happening.
No, absolutely. And no, thank you for this fantastic show and tell, for the presentation, walking us through a couple different options. I hope everyone was able to follow. I hope everyone can try this out on their own, maybe even with the IMDb, the TV data set, or the movie data set, or any other data set. With that being said, I think we're, if there's no other questions right now, I think we're all set to go to the quiz, which, let me see if I can share my screen again now, or if it's still not working. Okay, looks good. So let me try this. All right. No. Ashik, do you want to go ahead and share the slide deck again real quick while I try to figure out why this
Sure.
thing?
Just a second.
Sorry about that.
Okay. So we have the Tableau quiz right now, and we have some giveaways, some Tableau swags. Just a second as Constantine works through the screen issues.
Yes, so we have, I think, 12 questions coming up. So I hope that all of you are going to join in and do your best. And with a little bit of luck, you can win some of our pretty cool gifts that we're going to give out to the winners. So after this event, we'll make sure to reach out to the people and get their info so we can send out the swag as soon as possible. Can you go to the next page real quick, Ashik? Yes.
Yeah.
So to get this quiz started, to sign up, you can go to slido.com and enter this code here and to join the quiz, or you can just join from your phone by scanning the QR code, and then I'll try to get the quiz running in a second while everyone's joining that room. So let's give it a minute or two, and then we'll get started. All right, I'm gonna steal your screen share again, Ashik, and hopefully it works now. But I already see that we have, all right, we have a lot of participants here. So let's see if this works. All right, can you see my screen? Perfect. All right. Let's get it started. All right, so for each question, I'll read it out real quick, but the time I think is already running. You'll also see it on your phone once I go to that question, and then every couple questions we'll show the leaderboard to see how everyone's ranking, and I think that the quicker you answer a question, the better, and the higher ranked you get. Obviously, you need to make sure they get the answer right. And it's Tableau themed, it's holiday themed, it's financial services themed. So yeah, good luck to everyone, and let's get started. All right, first question. Which of the following can be used in Tableau to calculate the cumulative sales during the holiday season, for example, throughout November and December? And I see everyone was able to get in their answer. All right, we got 30% for window sum, 70% for running total. Let's take a look. And running total, 7 out of our 10 people got it right. I think we can skip the leaderboard for now. So let's head into the second question. Which of these is the primary method to handle large data sets in Tableau for performance optimization? We have live connection, data extracts, calculated fields, or custom SQL. Got 5 seconds. I think one answer missing. Oh, there we go. And data extracts. Of course, everyone got that. Good job. Which Tableau feature allows you to explore trends by asking natural language questions? Is it the Show Me feature? Is it Data Stories? Is it Explain Data or Ask Data? And everyone in. Let's take a look. And we got 9 people saying Ask Data. All of those 9 people were correct. Before we get to the next question, let's check the leaderboard real quick. We got a lot of people getting 3 out of 3. Let's see. I think there's going to be some more tricky questions where hopefully we can get people where we can spread out that leaderboard a little bit. All right. When using Tableau's forecasting feature, I hope you all have used it at some point. Which algorithm is commonly used for predicting financial trends during the holiday season? Is it exponential smoothing, linear regression, moving average, what we just learned, or is it clustering? We got all the answers from everyone. Let's take a look. And we got it split between 3 people exponential smoothing, 6 people linear regression, and we got 1 moving average. And 3 people who said exponential smoothing are correct. So it looks like it's going to be a tight race at the top. Let's keep on going. Almost halfway. Which of the following best describes how Tableau handles data that includes missing values in a time series analysis, such as financial data that has gaps during non-business days, for example, weekends or holidays? Is it that Tableau automatically removes the missing data? It fills the missing data with zeros? It interpolates the missing values? Or it automatically assigns a null value? Let's see if everyone can get that right. Final answers coming in. And we got most people, again, 78% got it right. Good job, everyone. Let's check out the leaderboard real quick. We got Megna. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. leading with 5 out of 5. Emma and Shiraz right behind Christina and RH also with 4 out of 5. All right, almost halfway. When using table calculations, how does the lookup function work in a time series analysis for financial data? Similar to kind of the moving averages that we saw today, table calculation, does it return the value of the data point from a specified previous or following row? Does it return the running total of values from the previous row? Does it filter data based on the most recent data point, or does it compare the current value to a fixed value? We got all the answers in, and let's take a look. 71% got it right. We got a couple people going for the running total or the current value to a fixed value. Similar functionality, but slightly different. All right. When using the forecasting feature, what is the default time period for generating predictions? Is it the last 12 months of data, the last full fiscal year, the last 10 periods of data, or is it the full range of data available in the data source? Curious to see if people get this. This one's, I think, a little tricky. All right, all the answers in. And 63% are going for the full range of data available in the data source. And actually, the forecasting feature only uses the last 10 periods by default. Let's move on. Which of the following is a holiday season tradition in the financial industry, particularly among stock traders and analysts? Is it the Santa Claus rally? Is it the holiday slump, the turkey trade, or the New Year's boom? To be fair, I had to look those up because I hadn't heard of any of them before, but maybe you guys know better. Let's see, we got all the results in. Ooh, that's very distributed, very well distributed across. We got 33% Santa Claus, 33% holiday slump, 11% turkey trade, and 22% New Year's boom. And it's actually the Santa Claus rally where the stock markets tend to rise during the last week of December. All right, into the last couple of questions. And Ojo, you might know this, given that you've probably have more experience than any of us in Tableau. What year was the first version of Tableau Desktop, version 1.0 or 1.0 released? Was it 2003, 4, 5, or 6? I got almost all answers in. 50% saying it was 2005, 25% 2003, and 25% for 2004. And while Tableau was founded in 2003, the first desktop version actually was released only in 2004. So 25% got that right. Let's check the leaderboard real quick. And we got Magna still going strong. 2 questions, 2 right answers ahead of RH. And Rolly and Shiraz and Emma following right after. You still have 3 questions to go, so time to catch up and make sure you get into that top 3 to get some swag. How many Tableau ambassadors are in the 2024 cohort? So that includes all of the different Tableau ambassadors, forums, public, social, etc. Is it 239, 312, 396, or 434? And this might be difficult, so give your best guess.
Can I give a hint? It's 2 of them are here today.
Sorry?
2 of them are here today.
Yes.
So that is the hint.
All right. Oh, we got it very evenly split. And I think we also got a message in the chat. Ojo got a run. Thank you for joining, Ojo. It was a pleasure. Everyone else, let's take a look at the results. And 396 is actually the right answer. So almost 400 ambassadors throughout, with the US and the UK coming in at the first 2 spots. All right, we got 2 more questions. According to the National Retail Federation, what percentage of US consumers begin their holiday shopping before Thanksgiving? And if you know Tableau, this is probably not going to help you much here. But how many people actually do their, according to the National Retail Federation, do their holiday shopping before Thanksgiving? Is it 30, 45, 60, or 75%? And last seconds, and coming in, here are the answers that we're getting. 38% for 30 and 45%, and we've got 25% saying 60%, and 25% got this one right. Let's check out the leaderboard. No, let's wait for the last question. Make it, put in some suspension. Last question, what is the purpose of an LOD calculation in Tableau? So for advanced Tableau users, I think this shouldn't be an issue. Is it to perform row-level calculations only? Is it to allow calculations independent of the view's dimensions? Is it to aggregate data at a different granularity within the same data set? Or is it both B and C? So is it both calculations independent of the view's dimensions and different granularity within the same data set? And results are in. 75% of you got this one right. Awesome. That was all the questions. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. Oh, and we see Magna edging closely ahead of RH and Rolly in 2nd and 3rd place. Emma and Brian in 4 and 5. And yeah, congrats to everyone. Congrats to Magna for beating or for winning this Tableau quiz here. We'll make sure, if you just want to send us a DM real quick here in the chat, then we can, with your name, then we can get your send us your email, please, and then we can get back to you, and we'll send out the swag to the top 3 that were in this quiz here. So congrats everyone, and please make sure to send us a message here real quick before you drop, so we can get swag out to you. All right, and with that, we're also at the end of this Tableau user group event. I hope you all learned something from Ojo. I hope you all had fun with the quiz, and yeah, hope to see all of you in the next session. We haven't planned or figured out the details yet, but we'll make sure that we send out the updates ahead of time. So probably in the beginning of 2025, we'll have the next session virtual as usual. And yeah, I think we already have some great speakers lined up for that next event as well. So yeah, stay tuned and have a great evening, everyone.